Hey guys, this is Al again. We're back here with another video game review. Today we're looking at 2016's Deus Ex Mankind Divided. As always, we're going to look at it from the aspect of what I hope to be today's average gamer. And what would today's average gamer think about the game? Just picking it up cold. We're going to take a look, as always, at the graphics, at the gameplay, at the story, and we're going to see how it holds up. I should note that the capture you're going to see of the game is from the New Game Plus and will be from the first side mission called Neon Nights. So there may be potential spoilers for Neon Nights in here, but other than that, I will venture to keep this spoiler free, except for anything that has to do with the mechanics of the game. You might get a little spoiled on that. So let's get into it. Deus Ex Mankind Divided was released in August of 2016, developed by Eidos Montreal and published by Square Enix. It is the direct sequel to, I believe it was 2011's Deus Ex Mankind Revolution, and it was developed by, I also believe, the same teams. Mankind Divided is a mix of first and third person action, stealth, and RPG type gameplay. So let's take a look at the graphics. As you can see, the in-game rendering it's pretty good. It's not top-notch by today's standards, but it's still very good. It's definitely a living world. There are a few spots that feel a little empty or contrived, but overall, the world is really good. You can manipulate a ton of things in the world, including punching through several walls and moving boxes and refrigerators and the like. My only real gripe with the graphics comes in the form of the cutscenes, because the cutscenes, let's be honest, they come off a little robotic. It's obvious these were done before today's motion capture, where you get more natural movements from people, and the lips don't always match up with what they're saying, so there is a little bit of a dubbing issue. It's not quite as bad as old Godzilla movies, but it is still very noticeable in some parts. The game itself is a mix of first person, third person, stealth, action, and RPG. All those elements are combined into this game, and they actually mesh pretty well. Though I think I would have preferred a straight third-person game. That is just my opinion. I tend to prefer third-person games to first-person. Totally just my taste. Not a knock on the game. Don't take that to mean if you like first-person games that you're not going to like this one. If you like first-person games, you're going to like this one. If you like third-person games, there's a good chance you'll like this one. At least the gameplay of it. The gameplay also gives you the option to vary how you go about tasks. You can go in there stealthily, you can go in there guns blazing. You can go in there lethally, you can go in there and try to knock people out or put them to sleep. It's up to you. You can take either route. I personally tend to prefer the sneaky, non-lethal route. That's just me. Again, that's just my personal taste. If you want to run and gun, you're definitely very capable of running and gunning. You're just going to have to heavily take advantage of the cover system. The big change in this game versus other games of its type are the augs. You play as a guy who has been what they call augmented, which basically means he's a cyborg. He's a mix of human and technology. And with those augs, you can customize them in the aug menu. I don't want to show that to you to avoid spoilers, because there are some spoilers involved with your augs. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But you can customize them. You can develop some further than others to suit your particular gameplay. So there's plenty of option there if that's the type of thing you're into. I personally am. I dig being able to customize my character that way. So yeah, that's a nice touch in this game. As far as the story goes, you're playing as a guy named Jensen, and he is an agent for Interpol. He, again, as I mentioned earlier, he is augmented, which means he's part human, part machine, And there are some terrorists doing some bad things. And it's believed that they are from an augmented rights group or a radical augmented group. So Jensen has to figure out who's doing this, who's on his side, who's not. I'll be honest with you, not having played the first game, it took me a little while to get into it because I wasn't invested in the characters. It took me a little while even after watching the recap video that came in on disc with this game. It took me a little while to get invested in the characters and the story, but once I did, I was all in. There was enough intrigue in there to keep me coming back, trying to figure out who to trust, who not to trust. There are some nice twists. Overall, I enjoyed the story. Definitely worth the playthrough. So how would I rate this game? It's definitely showing its age. There have been a lot of advancements in motion capture and such the last couple of years, so that's very noticeable. I definitely don't think I would pay a full $60 for it, though at this point it's an older game, so you probably wouldn't have to pay $60 for it anyway. I would definitely buy a used or discounted copy of the game. Just a couple of months ago, it was on the PSN for free. Again, I'm sorry I didn't get this up earlier, so that somebody that sees it might be able to take advantage of that. Maybe it'll go up again, or maybe it'll be discounted. I haven't gotten any of the DLC for the game, so I can't speak to that, but overall, it's definitely worth a play. I think a lot of people will enjoy it, so I'd suggest giving it a go. Again, I would look into a discounted copy or something that's not full price. But yeah, it's definitely worth a playthrough. It's a good game. No major issues with it. I think you'll all enjoy it. This has been Al. I'll see you next time.